Hey everybody, I'm Warren Martin, instructor for your human resource course here, BA230. So I want to welcome you. And one of the things I noticed when I wanted to check who's in this course, most of you have not been with me in courses. There's a few that have been, and if you're in in the program, the business program, you'll have me. Probably quite a lot. But most of you are a little new, so this first video here is going to be a little bit longer because I just want to go over some stuff. I do these videos every week, just you know, keep everybody either up to date, or if there's something we notice there's a problem on, or just do a quick review and preview of what's coming up and some other little things. So but for this one, because I know some of you might be newer, you go in, this is the course room, the navigation here. Generally when you go into the home page here, you got the information here on what I got as a home page or landing page. On the left sidebar, you also got, where you can go into modules and things like that. This page here has the email and my phone number for contact purposes. You can call, text. You can use the message system up here that can when you do the inbox and send messages back. And that's been working real good. So that's probably the preferred method as far as written correspondence. But like I say, if you need something, or got a question, you can text me. That'll work. Right here, there's a link that will take you to what is a welcome video. Now this is a new one, so even if you've been with me before, this is new, and that's just strictly if you're curious a little bit about who I am or whatever. It's like 4 or 5 minutes long, so that's that. So anyway, so you got my home page here. We can get into the different different weeks, or you can go over here to the modules. So right there, you click on modules. That'll get us in there. And now your book. So this is where you get to your book right here. You click on the click here to get your book, and that'll take you to another window, and then you click on that one, and then that'll take you to the book. And there you go. So and then once you get into the book here, I mean, I'm assuming you know how to get in there, but you got different parts of the book, and then you go there, click over and get you to the different chapters. Then you click right there to go back. There's also the search feature. If there's a particular word or something, like you're doing a quiz and there's a certain word or something you're looking for, you just go right there, type it in, and it'll pull up, give you a whole bunch of options down here. So it's a kind of a quick way to find stuff. So, all right, so let's, okay, so we go back to modules here. So this first week you got a, whatchamacallit? Yeah, week to-do list. So you got your 4 chapters. You also got the the presentations. Now the presentations this week are in one file instead of like 4 different ones. So covering different things in the chapters. Now one of the things about me, I stress to people about you have to put the time in the course, regardless of what time course it is. I know a lot of us have we got life, we got work, we got family, we got church, we got other organizations or something we might be working with, and then you got school. And sometimes people get in the habit of Sunday night school versus every day of the week school. That's just my personal suggestion. I had to go through it myself when I started going back to school. Is got to make school part of what you do. It's just your everyday thing versus something you do or check on once a week. So I just want to make sure everybody's clear on that. HR. So that's just that part. The week one, every week we have discussions. So that one of the things there is you got your discussion topic, and then we usually have pretty good interaction on this. One of the key things is the first post is due by Wednesday, and then you have to do 2 replies to other students by Sunday night. And then post should be substantive, or what that means is it's more than just a sentence. It's several sentences where you're actually talking about the topic or explain it. These discussions count for 30 points, so that's basically well, it's 30% of your 20% of your course or something like that. So so it's important you get in here. The other thing that is a change on the grading a little bit, and let me get to your tell you what, I'm gonna look up real quick here the oh where is it? See, now you're getting to see all this stuff here. You should have also gotten a welcome letter by now, and we may or may not have talked, but one of the things I want to go over here is discussion. Okay, submission times, it's Wednesdays for their first one. It's worth 30 points. Initial post due by Wednesday, and so the initial post for grading purposes is worth 20 points. If it is late, if it's not posted by Wednesday night, and you post it like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you get a 5-point deduction. Okay, 2 replies to classmates are required. This hasn't changed, and each reply is worth 5 points. So you got the 20, and then for each reply you get 5 more. Now I also do a thing where if you reply to this video each week, that counts as one of those posts. So that's kind of an incentive to watch this. And like I said, this is going to be a little longer. Usually they're like 5 minutes, but this one I just want to go over stuff and make sure everybody's clear on it. If you your replies, if you submit it after Sunday, you don't get any points for it. And the reason for that is participation. It's difficult if you're not in during the current week going back and forth with classmates. Then if you do it after the discussion's over, there's no participation because you're not actually participating. No one's going to read what you wrote. And the other thing I always tell people is, 2 is the minimum. You can write 3, 4, 5. You can talk to everybody if you want. Well, this is a bigger class, so that might take you a while. But so I just want to be clear on the grading of discussions. It's 30 points, 20 points for the first initial one. And there's also deductions if you just write a 1 sentence instead of like 2 or 3, or just something good. So just want to make sure we were clear on that. All right, so back to the discussion though. All right, so that's about the discussion, and then on the weekly homeworks, weekly homework, you got various each week can be something different, but like this one, you got 5, 6 different. Make sure you scroll down in here too when you get into these little blocks. Like sometimes the people submit a homework, and there might have been 1 or 2 things down here they missed. So there again, and these are you do these in Word documents, and then you just file them, submit them. You got a quiz every week. Now, one thing that you may not be aware of when you go into the quizzes. All right. You get 2 attempts to do the quiz. So if you didn't do very well the first time around, you can do it again. The only catch is you got to wait an hour, and that's so that gives you a little time to study and go back in there and do it again. So that is also something that might be new to you. So you do get 2 tries on the quizzes. All right, and okay, we got a research project, so that's due in week 4. So on your research, it's about OSHA. You got the website there. You go to the website, take the tour, and then you go ahead and you answer these things here. Make sure Word document. It's probably going to be 1 or 2 pages, because if you answer all these questions, if you answer all of this, it's going to work out to be 1 to 2 pages. So, so that's on that. And then the material itself this week, like I said, I got the you got the PowerPoint slide and your chapters. Human resource, very interesting topic. It's something that's it's been around, but it has been around. Way back when there was no such thing as human resource departments or anything. The boss hired and fired people. There might have been a secretary or something, but for the most part, all the things, one of the reasons unions got started up was, lack of policies, lack of regulations, laws, things like that. Over the years, the government came with EEOC. You had HR departments, you have HR organizations. So things have changed where it's an active part of every organization now. And, so everything that's in here, and regardless of what industry you're going to be in, you're going to have HR involvement in there. Different plans, whether it be, was it discrimination, harassment, but also all the positive things that go along with it, benefits and so forth. So, I mean, there's just a lot that goes in there. So there's a good history in here. So what I always tell everybody is, pay attention to some of the terms, the definitions, and the concepts behind things. So as you go through here, you'll find a lot, you'll find different dates at different periods where that things happen where people started changing towards the HR. HR has also gotten so big. Let me get out here. I'm going to show you something. Hang on, where are we at? Da, da, da. There's an organization called the Society for Human Resource Management, SHRM. You go and you can Google it, and then you go in here to their site. And this is, I would say, most everyone who is like a HR director or manager that works in HR is a member of this organization. Most organizations are probably members of this organization because they got tons of tools and research and different things. You can go in here and find publications, everything there is about HR. So if so this is something that's not in the course itself, but if you can remember this, SHRM, that's a good thing to know about, especially if you're going to get into the HR profession, as a career. This is something, that they have a lot of workshops. They got certifications. So if you were going to get into HR, this is one of the places to go and get certified. So there. Okay. So that about, let me see. So that's week 1. Let me check my list here. Welcome. Course, navigate around. Of course, we did that. The book, the grades. You got the welcome letter, the quiz. And that should, that's about it, I think. So, let's get back up here. So, yeah. All right. So, again, welcome. One of the things I do in my videos also, because is I throw a test question out there just to make sure people actually do watch the video, because people can reply in the video and say they watched it and not actually have watched it. So I throw a little test picture in the so when you in your reply you can say what you saw as the test. So this is the test. This little guy's 3-year-old, so there you go. So that's it. All right, everybody. So again, welcome. Like I say, most of your first time, so you'll find out. I know it's a natural thing for some students to be afraid to talk to instructors or call or text or email or whatever the case is. So don't feel that way. I'm pretty much every day of the week. If I don't get back with you in a minute or two, I will get back with you sometime during the day. I'm usually pretty quick on getting back to people on anything. So, and with that, I will let you go for this week. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Take care.